Alright, welcome back everybody. Turn 37 of Brain, and it is a big one. So let's go through the messages. We'll come back to the battles, and I haven't finished this turn. I've still got some planning to do, so we'll go ahead and do that together. Let's see, first things first, summon Winged Lions. So if I go ahead and look at army setup, that's what I'm looking for. That brings up a pair of these guys. So they have low protection, but they fly, they're fast, 2 attacks, and they take my Bless, which you'll recall my Bless is just some basic stuff. So the reconstruction is actually more of a mage effect. Oh no, this isn't a mage effect, this is for my airships, I think. But we've got combat speed, or maybe, I don't know what I was thinking, to be honest. But we've got some attack skill, some defense skill, and magic resistance. So nothing super exciting. The magic resistance actually is coming from this throne. Anyway, we got a bird over here, so this guy is going to need to start causing trouble, and it's going to need a name. So what's a nice AC/DC name? Let's just call him TNT for now. So let's go ahead and give him this ring. I don't have a good hat to give him, and I don't feel the need to give him one of these things. So yeah, he'll just have the ring. This automatically casts Ensnaring Flames, which is basically a Torment Vine Shield. So let's go ahead and script him. Have him start at the back. He's going to Iron Skin, Temper Flesh, and Air Shield is actually pretty important. So let's do Air Shield before Temper Flesh. Reason being that I don't want crossbows to mess him up. There's no armor to temper. Flying Shield is fun. So we've got, this is a total of 70 fatigue. And then we'll attack rearmost enemies. But I think that, well, Flying Shield might be something to leave on the table. We'll see how this goes. And let's have him fly over here. Seems like a place where I could cause trouble. Maybe here. My inadequate scouting is really coming up here because I don't know what is in this province, and it could be going to want to bring up reinforcements to try to keep attacking Yeoman, who's still technically alive. Okay, let's just do the safe thing. Go here. Let's actually move this guy further inland. And yeah, what's my bird doing? He's going, yeah, that's fine. You recall that I was trying to recruit a double air, and I still haven't got one. So that is my frustration of the day. But so it goes. Continuing with messages, found some magic sites, so there's the Enchanted Gate here, which makes pearls, love it, and the Verdant Greenery here, which makes nature gems, so that brings me up to 2 in addition to the Cymbeline. Then this is me attacking Venedia. I just beat up their province defense, so there's nothing here to defend it really. We're not going to see them bust out any cool new spells. but we'll see what we end up revealing to them. So we get our Divine Blessing. We have some Spring Hawks fly to the back and cause problems. I think that those just happen to be tagging along with my troops. Yeah, because I had a few random ethereal guys. Earth Power, Luck, Communion Master, Legions of Steel, Gifts from Heaven, and a Slave Mind. Okay, so he knows that I have Legion of Steel, Gifts from Heaven, and a Slave Mind. So that's what he's going to prepare for. The other thing is that he saw my troop lineup, which means that it's worthwhile for me to consider whether my troop lineup, like how I've arranged my troops, it's worthwhile for me to consider whether there's some adjustments that I need to make to try to basically keep him from just hard countering me. I can put these guys in with them so that they have more morale. And this should work. We didn't lose any gems because we didn't have any, well, there wasn't a concern there. So yeah, let's have this whole fucking stack just go and conquer that this turn. Alright, this is our next assassin, so she's got a Mask of Seduction, which gives her all. She already has a seduction ability, so I don't know what that's about. But she's basically going to have a few friends with her to do the actual killing part. Alright, messages. Battle in the Burning Steppe. So this is Bogarus versus Lemuria. So Bogarus is indeed fighting Lemuria. Lemuria has some of their ghosts. And how much siege strength do these guys have? 0.1, okay. So Lemuria has a lot of ghosts, but they don't come with a bunch of siege power. And then one random Shadow Tribune. The Bogarusians do not have magic weapons, so this might actually be interesting. Let's see, Body Ethereal was cast, but these guys have magic attacks from their paralyzing, so that's less important. What's Bogarus' plan here? They're doing some banishment, which makes sense. Okay, so they just banished them before they got there. And then he's animating dead, but those guys most notably are not ghosts. Okay. Alright, then the battle in Ivanmore. So this is Akosafale attacking Gondwana. This just okay, so there's one crossbowman. He just popped a scout in there because it was undefended, and it worked. Did it? The scout was set to retreat. Okay, so he was just trying to see what was there, but there was literally nothing. That's fascinating. Me attacking a random swampland. So I've just got a small crew here. He's just got PD. So, and I just shoot him, take it out. Alright. Ohm is now AI controlled, and the AI sent this guy to fuck with me all by himself. And so I only have one PD, but as you'll see, this is the most pathetic fight ever. They throw javelins at each other before eventually the light infantry marches up and gets stabbed. Meanwhile, there's a crossbowman shooting, and this is just my random commander who has more protection and stabs all the guys. So that was pathetic, but my PD held up. Good job, PD. Another battle between Akosafale and Gondwana. So here, Again, they're attacking PD, so this is just really a question of what did Arco bring to the fight. And they've got some of these all-having sacreds. So these are kind of a variation of the Bandar Log sacreds from early age. Like they have awe, and I seem to remember these being similar stats, maybe not, but unlike Bandar Log, these have armor. Not Bandar Log, Kailasa, that's what I meant, sorry. In any case, the fight is going to be a complete beatdown, so we can just place bets on how long it takes for Arco to win these over. And there we go. Then this battle here in Ulm. So Pangea finally broke the fortress in Ulm, and they are moving in. So on the Ulmish side, they've got their prophet, some random sacreds that are still alive, some wolves, just some random summon craft basically, fortune teller, and the god, Idol of Winter. His bless we've seen before, but just to recall, Undying and Blood Surge, and then the water just came with the god, I'm pretty sure. He automatically summons something. Maybe it is these wolves, or maybe these spirits, I'm not sure. If I had to guess, I'd say the spirits, because I can't imagine Ulm having intentionally made the spirits. Pangea has some cataphracts. These are heavy cavalry with good armor, and their stats aren't that great, but they've got 2 attacks. Set your commander. Carrion Dragon. So this, again, is their pretender god. He is crippled, but he is there. He's got Dragon Scale Mail and Heart of Quickness, which gives him quickness, although quickness plus crippled is kind of hilarious. His mat move 17, but combat speed 2, because, well, that's what cripple does. And yeah, and just some nature effects. Then Centaur Sages, good number of those. And let's see this battle already. So, some Body Ethereal, followed by Communion. The Cataphracts are doing some good damage on the Winter Wolves, even though they have Ethereal and Invulnerable. The Ulmish God is just summoning some skeletons. Who cast Phantasmal Army? We'll see. Okay, so that was a Pangea cast. That summons, of course, a bunch of these ghosts. So spooky. Thunderstrike, Blade Wind, which isn't good. Blade Wind will hurt the wolves. I do not know. Oh, because they're ethereal, they're going through the walls rather than, like, literally through the walls as opposed to through the breach. Alright, we can speed this up for a bit. There's a bit of a slowdown here because Pangea doesn't have magical attacks. The wall defenders have run away. Pangea's finally wiped out these wolves here, and will soon be attacking the Ulmish God. More banishment. It's really taking Pangea a long time to cut through these. Part of that is also the fact that these ghosts, which are not actually good at combat, are gumming up the battlefield, so Pangea's cataphracts cannot get to and wipe out the wolves. And here they are. So now they're ready to swarm this guy, Blood for the Blood Gods. We saw his stats earlier. He's cursed, and he has 20 protection. No defense skill because he's a rock. He does have Pierce and Blunt resistance, and that is going to have the damage from these cataphracts, and he has 168 HP. Ulm's mostly routed. Who's casting Syllable of Death? The Ulmish Prophet is still around, and Blood Surged. He has this Vine Bow, which the AI probably made. I can't see Ulm having made that intentionally. But yeah, he's doing smite spells. Let's go and see what Blood for the Blood Gods has been doing. So that is, yeah. He's... Okay, so he's chilly. That I did not realize. The Idle Winter, that makes sense why he'd be chilly. He has a cold aura of 22, which these Phantasmal Warriors do not actually have cold resistance, so that's fascinating. And of course, the Pangeans, like their infantry and cavalry, are not going to have cold resistance. The god has cold resistance 5, which is notably less than 22. Alright, so Pangea finally took out the Prophet, and here's a problem for Pangea. These ghosts can't do shit to this rock because there's protection 20 and they only do 10 damage, and they're not going anywhere because the rock is not actually hurting them. Like, eventually some of them may freeze to death from their fatigue, but that takes a while to take effect. So they're keeping troops that could actually hurt the rock from getting to it. And so the result is that several of Pangea's more effective troops are just sitting on the outside, and they're two of these cataphracts that made it, but then they got put to sleep by the cold aura. So the rock is still sitting at, it's only lost 25 hit points. We can speed this up some. This dragon has no fatigue, it's decaying, which decay ramps up your age. He's currently aging at 200 years. It says per century, but I guess I don't actually know how many years he ages per turn. But his max age is 5,500, so he's probably not going to age to death this battle, because undead dragons live forever. As we saw in Game of Thrones, spoilers. The rock has lost another 10 HP. He's shooting some random spells with the dragon, but he has regen, so nothing's going to happen there. There's still no fatigue on this guy. And we can just go ahead and see what happens when this hits the turn timer. So you see that Pangea's actual cavalry have routed. The ghosts never rout as long as there's someone on the field to lead them, which is Pangea's god. Pangea's god has 30 morale, so he has not decided to call it quits yet. This guy's still frozen. Okay, so now there's a path for Pangea's god to get there, and he does. He starts taking some bites, and he gets killed. How did he get killed? Okay, I'm not going to see that there. Because he just died pretty quickly, actually. Hand of Death. That is a powerful spell. Yeah, the rock just spammed Hand of Death at him now that he was in range, and Hand of Death can't really be resisted and does like 50 damage, so that took him out right quick. And obviously none of these ghosts are going to be able to take down the rock. Alright, you're probably tired of seeing this at this point. Yeah, he's still at 132, so he's lost a total of 1 HP since we checked him last. So let's just call it there. So the result was a disaster for Pangea. They didn't lose too many of their troops. They took out everything on the Ulmish side but the Ulmish god, but they lost their own god in the process, Um, all of these troops scattered, I'm pretty sure, because, yeah, Pangaea attacked with everything, which means that now Ulm is no longer under siege. Ulm has, like, if Pangaea wants to try to actually claim Ulm, they're going to have to bring in their whole force into it again. Yeah, just not a good day to be Pangaea. So, I'll see what this means for me. This might be an opportunity for me to mooch Ulm's capital, which would be glorious. But we'll see where things are going. I'm told that Pangaea is not doing well against this invasion from Lemuria. Do I have Pangaea's score graph? That would be under statistics. I do not. So that's really what I need, because if Pangaea is basically not in a position to contest me for Ulm, then fuck it, I'll just take Ulm. I don't even know where Pangaea's capital is. That's embarrassing. Okay. Well, I'm guessing it's there, but I don't want to bet 10 gems on it. So I do want to watch this battle. I really want to watch this battle. But I also want to pull up score graphs for Pangaea. Well, I'm not in a position to actually grab the throne myself yet, because I don't have any troops in the area. So my plan will be to basically watch the situation play out and recruit troops from here. So these guys are cheap siege units. So let's just recruit some troops there, 10 a turn, and I'll take my own crack at Ulm. I've got the stats for Ulm's guy, and so far as I can tell, that guy should go down quickly to crossbow bolts. So actually, why am I bothering with these guys? I should be using crossbows. This is a chance for my repeating crossbows, who have just as much siege strength, but their armor piercing will go through that rock hide. Let's leave the navigator at home and get some more repeating crossbow moves. And I'll have to check that idle again to see if it has fire resistance, because that'll make a difference into whether I use flaming arrows or wind guide or both. Cool. Unexpected event, so it's free gems, free gems. This one was bad. I didn't know that you could lose gems in addition to losing a province. Spoilers, the Necromancer beat up my PD. And unfortunately, I'm not in a position to reclaim it right just yet. But I can look at the Necromancer. So he's got Death 2. So he's spamming out Raised Dead as opposed to Horde of Skeletons, which is kind of interesting. But yeah. So I will need... I can keep preaching here for now. I'll take another look at this turn afterwards and see if there's something that I can do to basically liberate this fort immediately. But practically speaking, I'll probably have to wait a turn to reclaim it. So that happened. Finished the castle, breached that fortress. You saw that I am invading it. Here's some disease up here, and you saw me script that guy. I still don't want to fight these guys just yet, although now he knows that I'm not fighting him. He might fight me, which is fine. Alright, he might come out here to play, which again is also fine. I'm figuring that this horde will just march north and head straight for the heart of Gondwana. I really want Gondwana's capital for myself, and I also want to cut Arcocephale off here. Maybe. I might actually not want to cut Arcocephale off here, but I definitely want to establish this land for myself. As I mentioned, I want to get Gondwana itself, and I like the shape that leaves my empire. I want it to be compact and easily defensible. I also learned a big lesson from my last game of basically don't cut people off, because when you cut people off, then they have to go through you, and then that ends poorly for you. So one of my neighbors got basically taken out because he forced someone to attack him, and I want to give people a choice about attacking me. Research, still working on conjuration, just got alteration, so now it's time for there to be dragons. Flame Spirit costs 30 fire gems, and I only get 3. So realistically, if I want a Flame Spirit, it's going to have to be alchemy. I'm going to wait a turn before I do that. Let's go ahead and have you give that up. Okay, you can just head over here. You can take the hammer back, and you can spend the gems I would have gotten, make me another ring, because those are useful. And I want another bird, and that will be you. Like the birds. If I get this bird, then he can just start raiding random stuff over here, which would be great. Alright, this guy is watching attentively from this side. You'll search for magic sites. So yeah, let's just keep going west and searching. I don't think an astral guy needs to come along, so you can hold up in there. Hold up in there, rather, not hold up. You can start heading back that way. Make sure I pick up that site searching. And this is going to be an awesome battle. I really want to see it, but I can't get there. So let's just move these guys north. Let's get some more repeating crossbowmen. Nothing more to search for over there, I don't think. Yeah. How did those guys get here? What was I doing with these guys? What? I think that was an accident. Alright. Oh, maybe I was just relocating them to this province. I'm not sure. Regardless, they'll be fine for now. Yeah, you can just wait there, and that is everybody. So I'll probably come back in here and make a couple tweaks, but overall, really exciting. Lots of movement and battle happening, and it's just going to continue. So I will see you on turn 38.